Hello and welcome to Wednesday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. There's anger in Teignmouth tonight at plans to close the town's community hospital amid a growing shortage of hospital beds in Devon and Cornwall.
In the year that we celebrate the 70th anniversary of the NHS, the Clinical Commissioning Group says it's considering shutting one of the first hospitals opened under its name. In its place are proposals to create a new medical centre in the town with an emphasis on care at home.
Our reporter Claire Manning is there for us now. Claire, how big a loss would this be to the community?
Look.
Well, let's turn to other news in the region now. Police are investigating after a man tried to abduct a young girl in Exmouth as she walked to school this morning. He tried to pull the child towards a dark blue car as she walked ahead of her mother at about 9 a.m. on Exeter Road. Police have increased patrols in the area.
A man's appeared at Plymouth Magistrates Court charged with the murder of a 6-month-old boy. The baby was taken to death.
Plymouth is one of the most polluted cities in the UK. That's according to a World Health Organization report. Next tonight, there's a warning from animal health charities that pets with complex health and behaviour issues are being missold online. Last year in Devon and Cornwall, more than 4,000 dogs were put up for sale on the website Gumtree. Many of those had to then be rehomed.
One animal sanctuary near Plymouth says nearly 2/3 of pets they receive now come from people who have bought them over the internet. Nick Smith has this report. Now, after 2 general elections and the Brexit referendum, plus countless local elections in recent years, most of us have a year off visiting the ballot box.
But that's not the case for voters in Plymouth and Exeter, where seats are up for grabs in the city councils. Let's get more on this now from our political correspondent, David Wood in Westminster. David, just explain to us how important is tomorrow's vote?
Jonty, they're important.
Now, as things stand, it's looking particularly close in Plymouth.
That's right, Kylie.
Now you're watching ITV News here in the West Country with Jonty and Kylie. Thanks for joining us. Still to come on tonight's programme before 6:30.
And the ITV News continues after us with the national and the international stories at 6:30. Here's Mary Nightingale with the details. An education charity is urging more young professionals across our region to change career and take up teaching. In Devon, there are currently 97 teaching posts being advertised. Cornwall Council is advertising 58 vacancies. Well, the charity Teach First says many so-called millennials aren't satisfied in their current roles, and it's urging them to be bold when it comes to changing careers. Kevin Ashford has this report. Tell he was a policeman.
Yeah, very strict.
Well, the deadline for applying for a Teach First post this year is tonight. Any applications that are received after tonight will go towards next year's scheme. Now, 2 very different families have crossed Cornwall's wealth divide to experience how the other half live, swapping homes and incomes for a week. It's all part of Channel 5's reality series Rich House, Poor House. A family who own a farmhouse near Newquay swapped places with a young family from Redruth. But as Grace Pascoe now reports, what was just a TV experiment has changed all of their lives forever. Oh, lovely story. Wow, yeah, amazing. A bit of football for you now. And Plymouth Argyle's hopes of making League One playoffs are pretty much over after losing to promotion rivals Scunthorpe United last night. The Pilgrim. Now, how do you fancy the idea of leaving the modern world behind and living on a remote island with not much more for company than thousands of seagulls? Sounds pretty dreamy. Might get bored after a while. But off the coast of Cornwall and Devon is, of course, St Michael's Mount, Lewis Island, Towan Island and Lundy Island. But have you ever heard of Flathome? Well, Warden, who will spend the next 6 months working there, cut off from the mainland. Max Walsh went to meet him. I'd love to visit. Yeah, we're still waiting for Max to get back, aren't we, I think? Probably not stay for long. Yeah, we'll see. But if you think you could handle life on Flathome, then do... Has joined us in the studio and you have some good news for us. That's right, isn't it, Bob?
Yes.
Good.
Good to be emphatic, yes.
OK, Bob, looking relatively OK for the weekend, isn't it? Thanks very much. Now, before we go, let's remind you of the main headlines here in the West Country this evening. And nearly 1,000. And that's it from us this evening. I'll be back with the late news. That's at the usual time of 10:30. Now, though, we'll hand you to Mary Nightingale as the ITV News continues. From all of us, have a lovely evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. Bye-bye.